Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to Hallyujuku, a periodic discussion of East Asian pop culture by a couple of dudes from the East Coast of the United States. I'm Petey Rave. I'm freshly showered, feeling good. I don't know why I thought I'd share that. We're here to talk about East Asian pop culture. Here with me, of course, is my tag team partner, my partner in crime, my right-hand man to my left-hand side. The one, the only Brandon Cooper, aka King Kaz. How you doing, Kaz?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I am freshly shaved and showered as well.
Yes. We recorded at night, but we're both periodic night showers. At least I am nowadays. It just feels good to sleep showered. That being said,
sometimes,
yeah, sometimes, yeah. So fresh and so clean. But that being said, we're here to talk about East Asian pop cultures, not our showering routines. Of course, we start off every episode talking about what's new. Kaz, what's new?
Mm-hmm.
What's caught your attention since we last gathered?
So for me, it is the boys at AOMG. So Simon Dominic has kind of been on a run. He's released 4 videos in the past month or so, or in almost in the past 2 weeks. Yeah. He's released 4 videos. Some are hit, some are miss. I kind of like this one. It's a bit in that braggadocious camp, but I like the flow of it, and it's called Ya Ain't Gang.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gang.
I think it's missing some words, but hey. It has a good beat. It has a good sound to it, and I kind of enjoyed it. It just had a really fun vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy Simon Dominic's rhyme style.
Yeah. It's very, very braggadocious and intense. It's very pointed. It's definitely a very much there's quite a bit of posturing, but I think it works. It works for Simon Dominic. The video is interesting. I do find it kind of amusing. It's just he found 3. I don't want to say 3 random black guys. They probably are professional dancers. But they just kind of it's interesting.
It is funny because he does have these guys who are professional dancers in this video, and somebody goes to make the statement in the comments because everybody's kind of been following all these songs Simon Dominic has been putting out, and they're like, so you can get professional dancers but not professional twerk girls. Okay. Okay. He has a video out that's very has girls in it, but none of them are good at twerking in that video. So hey.
Sometimes you do your casting at a dance academy or dance agency, and sometimes you do your casting on Instagram.
Yeah. But no, this is a song that caught my attention. I think it's pretty good. I think some of the other songs that Simon Dominic has put out as well in the past month or two are definitely worth checking out as well. So head over to the AOMG YouTube channel and check out those, if you are into that. Moving on from there is, for me, a cipher featuring, it's a song by Sik-K, but it has a bunch of people on it, so I just kind of called it a cipher. It has PH1, Woody the Godchild, and Giddy Up, produced by Groovy Room. And it's just kind of a fun jam.
Yeah. Woody Godchild. We got also, not to forget your boy J Park, our boy, Pache Bum in there as well. It's a fun hip hop jam. It's a fun turn up anthem. It is fun to kind of it's called Giddy Up.
Giddy Up,
and I like it's fun to kind of watch them do the altered shoot with the giddy up as their the points dance, the point choreography, as it were, for a hip hop video. But it's fun. It's a fun kind of like pass the mic, kind of like a catchy hip hop track. I do like the using giddy up. I can't help but think that using something like giddy up in like the horse emoji in the thing is inspired by something. But hey,
last but not least, we go from higher music back to AOMG because my boy and yours, Park J Bomb, as you just mentioned, has this collab with Yultron. There's actually another song with him and Yultron that is actually really good too, but I enjoyed the hell out of this one. It's called On Fire, and yeah, it's just a jam. It's just a fucking jam. R&B J Park, gotta love it.
R&B love making anthem, or not love making anthem, but like because it's a little bit more danceable to that, but it's very like modern R&B artist, which is not R&B at all, but like a modern singer, hip hop adjacent singer, which is a lot of like some of the music drops and whatnot, and the nice guy anthem lyrics, kind of like Jay Park getting back to being thirsty as hell. It's like nobody asked you to light yourself on fire.
Because I have taken a lot to looking at comments and stuff a lot more. I didn't know Jay Park has had like the same background dancers for essentially his whole career.
At least, a couple. So like, there's like it was like
a couple come and go, but
like Purple has been there, but they went out to form something else. A couple of them have all a couple of different artists come here and there, but he's worked with a lot of commonalities. He has like he knows the dance. I imagine he knows the dance scene in Korea, like the dancer scene. He's had a dance crew himself, so he's going to be part of that dance scene, and he's going to be ingratiated with them. Like AOMG was a dance crew. They were art of movement group before they were anything else. So it makes sense, but it's still cool to like you go. He knows where he came from, of all the things, and he has that loyalty. And, he's good. He's a good dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I've enjoyed how much people enjoy J Park for some reason lately.
Yeah. And I think it works out well. It's really cool. It's fun. It's a fun track. So I love seeing more of that from J Park. More of anything from J Park. I should say. I'm looking forward to more of that stuff. Maybe as he grows his global brand even more. But yeah, speaking of turn up anthems, I've got a couple of tracks. Only one of them is really a turn up anthem, but it's a really fun one. I'm gonna start off with the only Kisum, Shio, formerly of a couple of shows, including on Pretty Rap Star, and she of having a pretty nice steady rap career, and having kind of her own distinct style. She came out with a song called Sudia, or I think you could say it's Let's Drink Up, but it's pretty much called Sudia, and it's pretty much that. It's let's get out and have fun, drink. Let's get this drink, and it's fun. It's super catchy. It's very much it kind of establishes itself as like it starts off with the breakdowns like Kisum make you smile, Kisum gonna make you smile, and it's very much with that mood in mind. It's a fun, catchy song to kind of brighten your mood and be catchy and cute and be the perfect thing for you to sing when it's time for shots. like it's like Mashara, Mashara. Yeah, and the dance moves are really fun. And then it's a fun track overall. What do you think?
It's a fun track, and I kind of like because we've talked about this before, the mobile styling videos, because you know where people are watching your videos, but this one is done in a really creative way because it is definitely meant to replicate Instagram.
Yeah.
In pretty much its entire videoing thing, like most of the clips have that Instagram like timeline when you're watching someone's stories above the top, so like it's really cool and interesting, and I like that styling wise, and I think it's just a fun video and a fun song.
Yeah, it has like the polls in there, like the different features, the swiping. It's fun. It is fun, and Kisum is fun. So go check it out. Not speaking of anything really. Speaking of girls that are fun, there's no way to kind of get out from that to this, but we're gonna jump over. Finally, kind of have some Japanese representation now, with a new song by the now 5-member group known as FAKY. Kind of the new song. I don't think this is I'm not sure if this is the first track they've released as 5, but I believe so, maybe. But I'd have to double check. I should have double checked that before. But now they are together as 5, following the departure of Anna Sawai and the addition of two new members. And it is a fun track. The song's called "Girls Gotta Live." It is very much this is more like it harkens back to very much like late 90s like pop R&B girl groups, like Destiny's Child,
Spice Girls
in a way.
Right.
There's a couple of them, like I was about to say 808, but there's like a different. There's a couple of them that I can't seem to recall, but it's very much that style, and the song very much fits that style, and it's fun. It's well made. It's cool. It's catchy. The girls look great. Akina kind of like taking the center role now a little bit more, and she looks great. And they have the kind of the gravitas a little bit, and the attitude, and it works really well. The look is it fits into the style that we're talking about, like the retro style, with one girl kind of have the space buns. And kind of like the colors and the color schemes and some of the shots with some like the fisheye shots, and it works well. It's a fun track. What did you think?
I don't know. I think you kind of just nailed it on the head. It's like kind of a fun track that kind of harkens back on like that 90s vibe in a sense, and just tries to catch you in a really particular way. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, so 5. Also, I double checked on Wikipedia. I had remembered that FAKY stands for 5 ass-kicking youngsters, which is fun. So, of course, the newer members are Hina and Taki, just as a context. And yeah, I believe this is very much their first track, or at least the early track, as 5. So good stuff. We're looking forward to more from FAKY. They're one of kind of like the groups that it's one of they have a nice style, and it's one of the few groups that I am consistently able to just automatically grab my attention when they're going to do something or release something. in when I'm talking about J-pop or in Japanese music. So I want to make an effort to check out more, but when it comes to FAKY, I'm always like they have my attention. So looking forward to more from FAKY. Speaking of not formerly 5-member groups, Celeb 5 came out with a new track called "I Wish I Could Unsee That." So Celeb 5 is a grouping of at first 5 and now 4 comedians who decided to kind of make a parody girl group and do it relatively well. They've created some really nice, like, high energy, fun songs previously. Kind of high octane choreography. Like, the whole bit was they had the ridiculous choreography, which is like the ridiculously hard choreography, especially considering they weren't necessarily professional dancers, which was fun to kind of watch. And now they kind of like have decided to turn to parodying a different style of girl group songs, which is the innocent girl group song. And they are wearing these lovely white gowns. They're doing these pleasant, lovely, innocent poses, singing this lovely song about rooting through your boyfriend's phone and finding out you're the side chick, which makes for a great which makes for kind of a great joke, and it's fun because they play everything else so well as straight face as possible, and aside from the fact that it's them. They play it well as straight face as possible, and I think it works well for the joke. It's not something that I'm gonna turn back to multiple times, but it's fun. It works well for the joke.
No, I agree. It's a good joke. It's a good bit. I love dedication to a bit. And this is a good bit, and this is a bit that you could be dedicated to in the fact that you can keep evolving it, right? Because you can do different girl group stylings and different girl group kind of memes in a sense. As you play it straight, it's what makes it funnier, right? So I am enjoying this bit a lot.
Yeah, so look forward to more from Celeb 5. Also love that they had the one song as 5 and they immediately lost a member. So which is just that in and of itself is a great play on like 9 Muses and all the groups that have numbered members, numbered names that suddenly they're not the number doesn't make sense anymore. So that's a great bit. But yeah, I have the only other thing I wanted to bring up, which is a really cool thing. I don't really need to get too into it, but I want to kind of give a shout out to a fantastic fan effort by Orbits, various Orbits getting together, collaborating on an album, an actual full-length album called Orbitverse. Orbits being the fans of Luna, and getting together a very a couple of different producers and songwriters and creators getting together to put together original music inspired by Luna, about or inspired by Luna and Luna songs. And it's surprisingly well made and well put together. I actually sat down and listened to the whole album, and with the exception of a few if you want to be nitpicky about fidelity, you can be if you really want to be that person. But it's a fan creation, and honestly, overall, it's really well made and really well done. Really well performed. They have multiple different vocal efforts, different artists collaborating with other artists, different contributions. And it's all available on YouTube and SoundCloud, so go check it out. Did you get a chance to check it out?
No, I didn't check out much of it, but funnily enough, I work with someone who is a Luna stan, and they were just like, "Yeah, it's cool, but like we're still mad that there's no new Luna music." It's like, look, we're so mad we had to do it ourselves.
Yeah, full length. Yeah, I am I'm cautiously optimistic when it comes to Luna. I'm hoping that all of this is to maybe just wait a little bit, since we did get quite a bit of content over a couple of years, and we are still getting like Luna TV and things like that. So hopefully the wait will be worth it. I know that they are opening up registration this month in September, or there's should be able to look it up the dates, but this month they're going to be opening up recruitment registration for being an Orbit or being an official fan club member. So that usually means like there's like new material around the same time sometimes with some groups. So, usually there's like something for that recruitment, to follow that up with, even if it's a concert or something like that. So, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I love Orbit's putting out a full-length album before your fan club puts out your fandom puts out a full-length album before you do, and it's amazing. So go Orbits. All right, that brings us to the end of what's new. Now we send it on over to the headlines. And by send it all over, I just press 2 buttons and then we come back after a few seconds. So it's headline time. All right, let's get into some headlines, talk about some topical topics. All right, so it is officially, at least around this time, the 10th anniversary of one of our favorite groups, FX. And what do we get for a present? Everyone's leaving!
Well,
almost everyone.
So I view this in a very good light, right?
Yes.
Because we've always been talking about the fact that like we're waiting for we're like literally I can't speak for everyone, but for most people we've been waiting for this moment, right? We've been wanting to see all the things everyone has kind of teased that they could do on their own that they want to do. And I think a lot of the fandom has already come to terms with the fact that FX isn't going to, come back. It's been long enough.
Yeah. Victoria's not coming back from China. You don't need to keep
trying to make us think Santa Claus exists. Yeah.
Crystal's
like we know
really
where the presents are coming from. So yeah.
And then all you have is Amber.
Yeah, and even at that kind of sense, like Amber has been mostly kind of promoting herself way more in America than anywhere else, and doing a lot of that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of been the writing on the wall that we've all been waiting for, and it kind of coincided at a weird moment. You know what I mean? Like the 10th anniversary, which definitely is still, I think, worth celebrating.
Yeah.
Even if we really didn't make it 10 years.
It's the 10th anniversary where you celebrate FX's 6-year career. Yeah, because we got a couple of consecutive announcements where Amber announced that she was departing from SM Entertainment, and we had confirmations that and here and there. Jeff Benjamin even teased that there was somebody else that was going to leave. We then got confirmation that Victoria, really even the most unsurprisingly, did not renew her contract either. And this is really all basically that they didn't renew their contract because they certainly weren't granted release. They didn't renew their contract, and that wasn't even the person Jeff Benjamin was referring, and because that was the one he was referring to was Luna, who also was not renewing her contract. There was updates on Crystal. Then I guess it's still. I think. Let me see an update. It seems Crystal is next out the door. There have been updates here and there, I believe, with them just saying we're still talking to Crystal, so which usually just means that we don't want to admit that she's on until we have to absolutely admit that she's on.
Yeah.
Which that one could still go either way because they could still keep her on as an actor. Like she could just stick around because of SM Entertainment. She could stay with the company. It's still a very much a viable acting agency, and she would still get a lot of opportunities. Or she might go to like a different group. They're basically saying that there's still time remaining in our contract with Crystal, which is not definitive of how much time. But they could be she could have signed a different contract when they were having their renewals. It kind of it is a weird time, though it makes sense because usually how it works, there's the 7-day mark, and then there's the 7-year mark and the 10-year mark, because usually at the 7-year mark, if they renew for 3 years. I've found that it seems, especially for SM, they usually do the 7-year, and then at the 7-year. They usually sign you for 3, so it makes sense. Is around the 10-year mark, these all kind of drop consecutively. But it's still, I mean, it's something that effectively they've been disbanded for a couple of years now, but it's still a bummer. Even though we knew it was coming, it's still having to actually put the nail on that coffin, definitively, is still not fun. But at the end of the day, the positive is going to be that Luna is going to be able to be a little bit freer to kind of continue to do possibly YouTube, do content creator stuff. She has a shop and I think an art gallery / fake fragrance store / cafe called Luna Room that she's put together with a friend and business partner. So she's kind of has her own thing. Victoria obviously is in China, having her career and being forced to spout government propaganda. That's her thing. And then Crystal is going to continue to act. And Amber is going to do her own thing. She works with her. She's got friends in LA. She still gets work in Korea. She's still getting commercial deals and modeling deals for fitness brands, and she still I believe she still has a deal with Nike. She did a Nike stuff. In Korea, Nike Korea. So she's still a face and a personality that I could be wrong about it being Nike, but this one at least Choose Phenomenal. She was in a couple of recent things with Nike, and she's probably going to still continue that. So she's not without opportunities for sure. Even in Korea, but she's probably gonna do that, keep working those, and then keep doing her thing in LA with all her friends, and probably continue to do YouTube and music and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to Amber flourishing, because we forget that she's still really young. She's still in her mid-20s, I believe. So, looking forward to more from Amber. FX. Bye.
I mean, like I said, it's sad. At least here, I think the sense with this was we had our anger and then we kind of got over it, and now it's it's more celebratory than with other things that we've had in the past. Like, I think for me, the realization of 2NE1 never making music again was hard, right? Like, that was a hard thing to get over. I think when kind of Girls' Generation started to fall apart, that was a hard thing for you. Like, that was like a hard.
What do you mean? They're not falling apart. They're fine. Their Soshibon is strong. Soshibon is strong. They even had that subunit. Yeah. They all still love each other. They celebrated Tiffany's birthday together. Everything's fine.
But yeah, sometimes it's hard to let go of your fandom. But I think here with FX, I think we had fun, and we wish them all the best.
We love FX. I had fun with like the Girl Generation, but FX was aside. They were one of. They still are one of, like, that quintessential group for me. They just had such a creative discography, and they were just really a dynamic group that just had such a cool like sound. And it was sad. They kind of basically it's sad because they've essentially, as you watch them get replaced and then systematically kind of get pushed to the side, it was a huge bummer, especially for how much we loved them. They lived behind me for so long with that poster. Like, if you go back and watch old, like, early video versions of like the various podcasts they do, Record Breakers or even Hallyujuku, they lived when I was sitting over there. They lived behind me. I still wish I had that poster. It's a little worse for wear, but yeah. Hopefully everything goes well for everyone in FX and in their careers. All right, moving forward to something else. All right, Makestar will try to produce rewards for Sonamoo's 2017 project themselves after TSN continue to delay things. All right, back in November of 2017, yes, that's correct. Sonamoo opened a Makestar project, Makestar being kind of like a Korean entertainment version of like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, for their upcoming album. In June of 2018, after a lack of progress, fans requested feedback after 7 months. Kind of like a fan account that said, "We demand feedback. It's been 7 months since the beginning of the project. We got no news." And it's a lengthy kind of like demands. In July 2018, TS Entertainment posted an apology for the delays and said they were working on it. Then in August, it seemed like things may have been getting moving after the meet and greet rewards were fulfilled. But radio silence hit once again, and finally in February 2019, it was updated that Sonamoo would be coming back in March. It was like there was kind of like an update. Then in March, they provided handwritten letters from the members and said the album would be in April. Well, as you're gonna probably tell by the fact that we're reading this article to begin with, and that you hadn't heard of a Sonamoo comeback, like we forgot they existed. This article's words, but also mine. Nothing has been delivered as of yet. For them waiting for Agent Junkie. Apparently Makestar has had enough as well, because after it seemed like they'd be able to ship rewards by August, TS Entertainment informed them of yet another delay, since the inability to deliver awards reflects poorly on Makestar as well. They revealed that they requested contents from TS Entertainment to fund and make the rewards themselves to deliver to customers. Unfortunately, the stipulation of Makestar even trying to accomplish this is that they need help from TS Entertainment to do this, which obviously is a problem to begin with. But for Makestar to air TS Entertainment like this, it basically means they've reached the point where they're never going to work with them again. Just as they put it in the article, just a terrible situation. This is just fascinating. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
If like Kickstarter just stepped in on a project and just said, "We'll do it." If like one of those like one of those like 50 million board games that get kickstarted on Kickstarter. They refused to, the big person, they refused to have any updates and nothing happens for a couple of years, and they just said, you know what, give us the art assets and the game design stuff, and we'll just do it. We'll do it. But basically that's what they're gonna do. They still have to get that stuff from TS Entertainment, so it's probably unlikely that they will be able to do it. But this is essentially just them calling TS Entertainment on their bullshit.
I think that's good.
Yeah, what were your impressions on?
No, like it's a thing where you live in your fandom and you care about your thing enough, and when people aren't willing to deliver to you, like not necessarily what you're owed, but what you're owed, it's kind of like, all right, like, so if you're not going to give it to me, I can do it myself. Like, like it's that easy. Like, I don't need you to just, I don't know. I don't need you to string me around for me to just end up not getting this thing that I wouldn't and I could get myself if I really wanted to.
Yeah. Or the funny thing of like Makestar kind of just stepping in to just as a mediator, and it's it's a lot more in the kind of the long line of TS Entertainment mess. Like, just as a company, it's marveling. It's a marvel to watch because it's amazing that you can like mess up that badly. And it's ridiculous that it's gotten to this point that you can't just like release a thing. Like you can't just release a thing. Like, this is like, what are you doing instead of that? Like, your TS Entertainment. I've almost forgotten who TS Entertainment has at this point that they would be like prioritizing, like maybe tracing, or TRCNG, the boy group.
These things that we talk about, where sometimes people just have really terrible management. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know how to manage their prospects. They don't know how to manage the things around them, and they just are bad at it.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I'm at this point, it's one of those companies where I just hope everyone gets to just leave, and then the company can just disappear or just focus on like their actors or whatever. So it's like, yeah. TS Entertainment continue to be a hot mess.
Yep.
What do you expect?
And it's not going to stop. Like, it's going to continue to go that way.
Yeah. So, all the best to Sonamoo, who are unfortunately caught up in all this with with their career in that company's hands. It's there's not much you can do. So, I wish you all the best. There's some talented people in that group, and they put out some good songs. So it's like, it's a huge bummer. But yeah, we must move forward. Speaking of companies debuting girl groups, Bighit announces dates and cities for global girl group audition with Source Music, unveils creative teasers. So Bighit and Source Music are getting together, kind of doing a big project. They announced that they're going to, after Bighit acquired Source Music, they're going to be launching a global audition for a brand new girl group. On September 4th, the agency confirmed its plans to an official statement announcing, quote, in a joint venture with Source Music, we will be holding a, quote, plus global audition, end quote, to select members for a new girl group, whom we will be aiming to debut in 2021. has a pretty quick turnaround, which makes me think that most of the members are already picked, or at least are training right now, and they're just kind of like fleshing out with other, with additional talent. But we'll have to see. Kind of like the article here on Soompi just kind of recaps some of the things, including their acquisition of the Sam Entertainment creative director, and things like that. So the global audition will begin in the United States, where auditions will be held in both Los Angeles and New York City on October 5th. Before heading to Australia and Asia, auditions will be held in Perth and Singapore on October 12th, Melbourne on October 13th, my birthday, Busan, Gwangju, Osaka, Sapporo, and Taipei on October 19th, Seoul, Tokyo, and Kaohsiung on October 20th, Hanoi and Bangkok on October 26th, and Ho Chi Minh City on October 27th. In addition to several moving posters announcing the dates and locations, Bighit Entertainment unveiled 2 unique teasers. So they have a couple of teaser videos. They have a poster with all the dates and information of the different cities. Kind of fun posters and stuff. This is interesting to see. There's some speculation here and there, especially on social media or Reddit, and talk about how maybe they may be looking for specifically foreign talent, for international appeal, and for at least maybe for language diversity. But it could be it could be anybody. It could be you. It's definitely interesting to see what could come out of this. What are your impressions on this announcement, and what could come from this?
I mean, it's to draw hype, right? You want to draw as much hype as you can for what you have going, and you want to make fandoms feel like they can be on the ground level of something. I think that is, I think Korean entertainment has done that well in certain cases. Even like you said, looking at these posters and some of these teasers and some of this other stuff, it's very designed to kind of draw attention to it, like it's already a concert in a sense, rather than what it is. And I think it's kind of to draw attention to the bigger brand overall of Bighit and Source Music, because there's going to be a thing, right, where they obviously understand, like, people know who BTS is, but they might not know who Bighit is. So you want to kind of almost make it that people start to know who Bighit is, and then when people know that, they'll look into it and they go, oh, this is the production label behind BTS. So obviously this girl group is going to be amazing that they put together. So I need to learn everything about these girls before boot hits ground, in a sense. So I think that's part of what it is. Even if, like you said, even if these auditions are in a sense just a smoke screen, I think it's a smoke screen to draw fandom in before you even have a real product, so to speak.
I think it's a, I would say probably not a full-on smokescreen. I would say, I think they're definitely.
I'm just using that as like an example.
Yeah. I think there is something to be said that this is probably something that they already have talent for, but they're, like I said, they're building hype for, and they are probably at least genuinely looking for specifically talented, ready-made talent. And to build the hype and to build like with many of these, like the produce shows and Idol School and things like that, it definitely, like I said, allows the fandoms to form and be engaged from like the formation level. So like I made this show, I made this group happen. Like, this is you kind of like you have that extra ownership, like you have that extra ownership feel as a fan because you were participating, as a voter, as a fan during the formation process, like so it's a cool thing. It's an exciting thing, and I'm looking forward to. I'm just looking forward to what comes out at the other end, what kind of girl group they form, because like the creative minds involved, they are talented. There's good creative minds behind all this, so and behind people that I'm already a big fan of, like G-Friend, like BTS. So I'm looking forward to what comes out of this at the end. Go out there, audition, even if it's just to get that experience. If you're out there and you can sing and you can dance and you want to try and see, how if you can succeed and go on audition. Just don't sign anything until a lawyer gets to see it.
They already signed things. You don't even know.
Yeah. But yeah. One last thing we leave off of with kind of like a fun little moment. Just wanted to kind of like fun little cool thing to kind of like make the most out of an unfortunate situation. Dreamcatcher visit mural and send video message to fans after Melbourne concert canceled due to venue fire. Dreamcatcher had a rough day state of news recently, Handong announcing her withdrawal from the European leg of the tour, possibly to join Idol producer in China. And then the next day it was revealed that their Melbourne show in Australia had to be cancelled due to the nightclub they were scheduled catching fire. And it was a pretty big fire. It actually made local news. Actually had pretty big situation. Wayfair, fuck you. Okay. Thank you. Auto playing ad. Fuck you, Wayfair. The club 170 Russell, formerly known as Billboards, had a big fire, kind of like had people had to evacuate, kind of caused a big damage to the venue, unfortunately having to cause the group to cancel. And this is a big bummer, but hopefully, luckily, I think there weren't any major injuries. There wasn't any major deaths. Things went by just fine. They tried to organize something last minute, but they unfortunately couldn't swing it. But fans did organize kind of like a cool little like fan event just to hang out by themselves. In front of a mural somebody like painted on the side of one of the buildings for Dreamcatcher, and Dreamcatcher themselves decided to stop by and see the mural, see their message. They even sent a video message afterwards to kind of like say, hey, it's a bummer that we couldn't do this concert. We'll be back. We'll try to make sure we'll be back soon. And I just thought this was a cool thing. This was like a cool little moment to kind of have with the fans. They didn't have to go out of their way to visit this little hangout that was happening, but they made a point of doing it. And I thought this was cool. And another reason why I love Dreamcatcher. Did you have an impression on this?
I mean, it's just good press. Like you want to show your fans that you care about them, and that and then I think that's just a simple, easy way to do it.
Yeah, so go check out the fun little video of them kind of hanging out. They're obviously, they're obviously bummed out that they couldn't have the show, but they're gonna have it. Yeah, there's a ton of support in for them around that area, so look forward to them getting a chance to make good on that. Yeah, good luck to everyone. Good for everyone. Good on you. I didn't know how to land that. Yeah. that brings us to the end of another fantastic episode of Hallyujuku. Kaz, what's going on? What's going on in your world?
It is coming up on the football season. So for us over at Sports Odds and Ends, we run a fantasy football league. So we're going to be talking about football, obviously, a lot with all that going on. And we also have a Patreon for the show now. So you can check that all out at sportsoddsandsends.com if that is something that you're interested in. I'm also probably going to talk to the boys about the Counter-Strike major that is going on, because that's happening. So esports, from everything, like I said, from everything from ball sports to esports, that's what we talk about over there on that show. Other than that, that's pretty much it, because everyone else is gearing up for TwitchCon.
Yeah, including myself.
Happening. So I'm helping them plan that, even though I'm not going. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, it'll be good. I'll be out there for us. I'll be representing. Other things also, be sure to check out the Hallyujuku Instagram. Put another IGTV out there, in which I unboxed the Taylor Swift album Lover.
Yeah.
And one would be wondering why a Taylor Swift album on a East Asian pop culture social media. I kind of go through it on the video, and you go check it out. But it's very much because, this is the special edition of her newest album, and it very much has, if you're just looking at it, very much has that K-pop inspired packaging of physical media. And I get, you watch the video, I go into a little bit on that, kind of showcase a little bit of what is inside, and just give my thoughts on how K-pop made this happen, and how, yes, she wants what K-pop has, but she should. Like I said, a few episodes back, physical media is not dead. It's different now. It's merch. But yeah, that's a Hallyujuku Instagram. We might do more stuff. Like we might do our physical album collections and things like that. Kind of have stuff so you can get to know our engagement with K-pop and stuff like that. So check that out. He's at King Kaz. I'm at PD Rave. The show is at Hallyujuku. Hallyujuku.com, kpoppodcast.com, rebelli.net for those who know the shows, Rebelli TV on YouTube. You can find us everywhere you find podcasts.
Well, didn't I tell you? Don't you know?
Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. Find us everywhere you find podcasts. Subscribe, like, share, give us some feedback, give us some reviews. Tell us what you think. Until next time.
Give it to me straight, Doctor.
Hasta los huevos. Annyeong.
Give it to me straight, Doctor.
Fighting.
Why, I think you're crazy.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.